I'm doing a little fabrication today. I've got some stainless steel strapping. I'm making a loop that I can hang from the frame, and then I'll have a little bracket for the exhaust. I'll show you that later. What we're doing here is we're trying to find the center, making a little radius. I'll show you real quick how we found our marks. We know this piece is 1 inch. We have that. So we go half of that, which is a 1/2 inch or 500 on the gauge. Set it to 500. I'm going to find about where we want to make a mark. I'm going to put my Sharpie here, blacken it with the Sharpie. Now I want to find the center this way and the radius from the edge, which is 1/2. So we just put it on the edge, scratch a line again, put it on the very end, scratch a line, and there you have the mark you're looking for. I've already taken my Sharpie, scribed it. Now you'll see, I'll show you a picture. We use the optical center punch. This little guy right here. It has 2 holes. It has an optics that goes in there that magnifies it. On the end, I don't know if you can see this, it actually shows that there's a little circle and a dot on the end right there, and that's what you line it up with. We've already punched this one. I was taking pictures and I thought I'd make a video, so you line up the dot with the crosshairs. Anyway, then you swap it out. It comes with these punches lined up. Swap out the optics for the punch, drop it in, little tap. After you make the little tap, I like to use these to make a starter punch. After that, I want to use a standard punch. Find the mark, hit it. That way you'll have enough punch to hold things. After that, I make my radius. I use the pointy end, put it in the center punch mark to hold it, scribe a line. Now we can cut to the line, cut near the line, then finish off to the line, drill the hole, and we'll be done. I am not endorsed by anybody here, but I want to give a shout out to these people that swag. These guys right here. They make this awesome little table. Fits on my Milwaukee bandsaw, and it basically turns it into a little table saw. Got a little piece of stainless here I want to trim. Great little saw. So part of the finishing the radius on our part right here, we have a little belt sander, disc sander combo to finish it up, and we're going to be working on the radius there, getting the ends straightened out. One of the things I like to do after I've trimmed to what looks like the lines is just flip it over and see if it actually looks like an even radius. Sometimes you'll see a lump that you didn't see on the other side. This looks pretty good. We're going to let that go. Alright, one of the other things I like to do on the ends of my pieces right here, after I've done it on the disc sander, the grains go crossways. I don't really like that, so I want to use my belt sander to dress the end. Things I want to mention is I was doing the radiusing of the end and finishing it off with the belt sander to get the grain on the end. I'm actually using the back side of the belt sander. The back side of the belt sander is more flexible, and when you're just doing finishing off of a radius like that, you don't want to really take material off. It's nice and flexible, and it just puts a nice finish on. If I'm actually taking material off, I'll use the front side where there's a plate that holds the belt. But just for this, we use the back side. That's going to give it a nice little grain. Then we'll use the hand file to finish it off. your fingers tell you the truth. That feels good. I want to give you another little tip on drilling holes in sheet metal. So what I have here, this is called a bullet bit. Black & Decker used to sell them. Not sure where I got these. It has a little starter point on it, and then the outer pieces, these outer edges right here, will cut before the inner piece, and it doesn't make a triangle, which you have in so many times with sheet metal. I've got one in my little drill press over here, my little portable drill press. So we're going to cut this hole in this piece of stainless, and we'll show you what a nice hole it makes. Stainless is a little tougher, so we have to be a little more careful, but you'll get the idea. Okay, we're going to be drilling this stainless piece. The video of the actual part being drilled was lost, so I'm redoing this just to show you how you can drill the stainless sheet metal with the bullet bit. You'll want it to just kind of ease in until you find the center punch mark, and you'll see that it's on the mark, and then just slowly walk into it, release. It's stainless, so you don't want to take a big bite. You just want to kind of on and off. And you see it cut the outer edge there first, and now it's just going to walk through, releasing, taking small cuts. This is a little piece that's left behind. That's what it cuts out. Perfect little circle. So I wanted to show you the deburring tool I use. This is from an aircraft industry, just a hole beaten deburring tool. It's got a little deburring cutting bit on there. Stick it in the hole. Make a few rounds. Deburred. That's how you do it. Okay, we're starting to finish off our bracket. We need to bend this so when it comes around in a clamp, it'll have flanges that'll bolt together. And I know that we want the flanges to be 1 inch long. We've set our gauge at 1 inch right here, so we're going to lay it flat, lay this flat, take a Sharpie, draw a line, flip it over, it's all flat, draw a line. That's where we need to bend. Now, calculations earlier led me to believe that this was going to do it, and it's worked out. So 1 inch from the ends, we're going to go over to our little press brake, and we're going to bend it. Okay, here we have a shear press brake combo that I use. We've made our little line. I'm going to line that up with the point on the press brake. Now, to make sure we've got our angle right, we have our square, slide it over, square it up, give it a bump, bent. Go to the other side, go to the other end, put it in there, line it up, square it up, give it a bend. Now we have the bend. Okay, so now we need to turn this into a round bracket. So what we're going to do is we have a piece of pipe that's the same size that's on the car. We're going to clamp it in with our vice grips. Check to make sure we're fairly square. And we're going to walk it around the tube. Now, once we put this on the car, we'll bring these two ears together. There'll be a bracket in the middle. Bolt goes through, bracket in the middle, done. And that's our bracket. So I wanted to show you the final bracket on the car. There it is, bolted on the frame. We've made our little link arm. It goes down to the same style bracket, hanging off the muffler. And that's it.